Most of you are not bad traders. You're just bad money managers. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today for boot camp day number 3. A lot of you are trading on these prop firm accounts and you're risking way too much money. You're blowing your accounts, you're blowing your funded accounts, and you're not getting payouts. So today, we're going to focus on the best way to risk on your prop firm account for sustainability, for longevity, so you can put yourself in a position where you can stack up these funded accounts and get to the big boy payouts. Now, before we start today's video, I want to remind you that I have a free Discord community full of killers, full of winners, people who are making money, passing these challenges, getting funded, and going about trading the right way. So if you want to be part of an amazing community, a vibrant community where we're posting our wins, we're posting when we get funded, all the receipts are in the chat. You're seeing daily breakdowns from myself every single morning, breaking down the markets and what I'm looking for on that specific day before I even take the trade. Hop in the free Discord, click that link in the description below. Again, it's free. Can't wait to see you inside. But real quick, let's take a look at that beautiful view. We're in beautiful Salvador Bahia currently. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely amazing. There's absolutely no way to sugarcoat this. We need to stop blowing accounts. The issue that a lot of you are running into is that, let's say you have a 50K prop firm account. Okay, so we have a 50K account. The drawdown on these 50K accounts on most prop firms are usually about 2 bands, usually about 2K. Now, the issue that a lot of you guys are doing is that you'll go ahead and risk $500, $500 to $1,000 per trade. Now, this is absolutely stupid to do. Now, I understand you're doing this because you want to hurry up and pass. You want to hurry up and get funded and actually start working towards payouts. You're telling yourself that, oh, I'm just going to risk a lot now. And then once I get funded, I promise I'll scale back. That's just not going to happen. Okay, you're going to end up blowing the account. You're going to end up going through challenges, just donating your paycheck to Top Step or Apex or whatever prop firm of your choice. This is very, very dumb to do, especially as a beginner trader. Let's say you're risking $500 per trade. You're basically giving yourself, what, 4 chances before you fail. All it takes is 4 L's of $500, and then you what? Blow the account. Blow the account, you have to pay again. Now you may think it's only $50, who cares, right? Let me just keep on doing it. Eventually I'm going to pass. But that's dumb. We want to treat these evaluations, we want to treat these funded accounts as if it's your own money, as if you're trading your own live account. That is how you stay in the game long term. And if you're risking 1K, you're giving yourself, it's the same result. 2 losses and then you're out the game. Boom. Reset. Fail again. Reset. Fail again. Reset. And when you finally get funded, you're going to tell yourself that, oh, I'm going to scale down. I'm not going to risk as much. But the issue with that is that now your brain is used to seeing, $500 wins. Okay. $1,000 wins. And you're not going to be able to scale back and be comfortable psychologically as a beginner trader and be okay with just seeing, $100 wins, $200 wins, let's say $100 to $300 wins. Your mind is spoiled by seeing these 1K bangers you're getting on the challenge account. You can't go back and being okay with $100 to $300 wins. Psychologically, especially at the beginning, you're not gonna be able to do this. You might be able to do it for 1 or 2 trades, but eventually, after a few wins, you're gonna scale up. You're gonna swear you see A+ setup. You're gonna risk 8 contracts, and then you're gonna take a bigger loss than you needed. You're gonna be pissed that you made that mistake, and now you're gonna try to make that money back in that same day. You lose again. Next thing you know, you blow the account, and you have to reset. That is what we're trying to avoid. So the smart thing to do, again, we're going to use this 50K account as an example. The smart thing to do, if you have a 50K account, you're going to have 2K of drawdown. The smart thing to do is to always give yourself 8 to 10 chances on these prop firm accounts. So what does that mean? If I want to give myself 10 chances where I have to lose 10 trades in a row before I blow this account, I'm looking to risk $200 per trade. Okay? Per trade idea. Now, depending on how you trade and how big your stop loss typically is, that's going to determine how many contracts you're using. But the first thing you're going to be focusing on, if you are a gold trader like myself, or it doesn't matter if you trade NQ or ES, whatever you like to trade, we are trading the micros. Okay, so for gold, depending on your stop loss, of course, this can range anywhere from 1 to, let's say, 3 micros. Just depends on your stop loss and how tight it is and how big it is. Now, you may think, oh, Christian, if I'm only risking $200 per trade, and let's say we're going for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, that means we're going to make $400 every time we win, and we're going to lose $200 every time we take an L. Okay? So you make $400. Usually the profit target on a 50K prop firm account is 3K. So this is going to take, realistically, because we have to throw some losses in there, let's just say in a perfect world, this can take anywhere from 8 to 12 trades roughly before we pass. Okay, and if you're only taking 1 to 2 trades, 1 to 2 setups per day, that can easily be a week, week and a half, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks worth of trading days. And you may think, Christian, that's going to take forever. I don't want to wait that long. Well, too fucking bad. That is the proper way you're supposed to trade. Guys, we don't need to pass these accounts in one trade, in one day, in 2 days. Take your time. You want to build the habit now. Build the habit now on the challenge so that it carries over to a funded account, so that it carries over to when you're trading live money. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So don't expect that you can just fucking just go for it on the challenge, risk the whole house, pass in a trade or two, depending on the rules of the prop firm, and then you'll be able to just scale back, especially as a beginner trader. If you're more seasoned, if you've been trading for a few years, then you can go about prop firms a different way. You could be a lot more aggressive because again, you have money to play with that you can use. That if you just load through some accounts because you hit a losing streak, perfectly fine. You have money, you can re-up. But as a beginner trader, you're working a 9 to 5, you have a certain budget, you can't run through these accounts. You can very easily run through, and it depends on if you get a 50K account, 100K account, or 150K account with these prop firms. You could easily run through hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just buying, resetting, buying, resetting, buying, resetting. And then at that point, you're just donating your money to these prop firms. And you're not getting any money out of it. The whole point of these prop firms is that you want to be withdrawing more money than what you're putting into it. And the best way to do that, the best mindset to do that going in is to focus on this. Okay? Give yourself 10 chances, 8 to 10 chances. I'm telling you guys, that's the best way to do it. Because a lot of you guys are failing these challenges and you're thinking you're a bad trader, but you're not. You're just risking poorly. You'll risk smart for a few days and then you get overconfident, you'll over risk, take a much bigger loss than you anticipated, blow 2-3 days worth of progress. Now you're just worried about making that money back the next day or the next following days, and then you just continue to make stupid mistakes, and then you blow the account, rinse and repeat, reset, and you're on this hamster wheel of stupidity and bad money management. We need to break the cycle now, and this is the best way to do it. So, 100K accounts, we have 3K of drawdown. This means we want to risk $300 per trade. That gives us 8 to 10 chances. If we have a 150K account, typically we have 4.5K of drawdown. So you want to risk $450 per trade. And let me repeat myself. We're not trying to pass these accounts in a day or two. It's perfectly fine if it takes you a month and a half to slowly pass these accounts, build your confidence that you can win and lose on a daily basis, a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and still keep a solid equity curve. That same behavior will carry on into the funded account and then ultimately the live accounts, which that's what every trader as a beginner should want to work towards. We don't want to be on these prop firm accounts forever. Once you've gotten a good amount of payouts, once you've built up a good financial buffer, start depositing into a live account. That is how you're going to build true long-term wealth.